in the preface of Fadail of Dhikr. The sacred name of Almighty Allah carries the barakat, taste, sweetness, thrill, and peace of mind that is always experienced by one who has practiced and remained absorbed in his dhikr. Barakat is blessing, dhikr is remembrance or mentioning for a considerable time. This name brings joy to the heart and peace of mind. Allah has himself said, La bi-dhikrallahi tatma'innul qulub. Lo, the remembrance of God provides satisfaction for the hearts. Surah 13:28. Allah bi-dhikrallahi tatma'innul qulub. I think I skipped the extending of the last ew or something. Today there is a wave of discontentment in the whole world, and the letters I receive daily contain mostly accounts of worries and anxieties. The object of this booklet is that people who lack peace of mind, whether in an individual or collective capacity, may be told how to overcome their ailment, and that the good and blessed persons may be benefited by the general publication of the Fadail of Dhikr of Almighty Allah. It is just possible that the study of this booklet may enable some people to recite the sacred name of Allah with sincerity, ikhlas, and that this may prove useful to me also at the time when only good deeds will prove helpful. Of course, Almighty Allah can, through His sheer grace, forgive one who has no good deed to his credit. And with that, I would say that it's important, if just one person listens through any video I do, and if I just have my effect here and there, it's worth it. And same thing to anybody else who does it. Of course, Almighty Allah can, through His sheer grace, forgive one who has no good deeds to his credit. Besides this, the feeling that made me take up this work was that Almighty Allah, through His extreme kindness and grace, has blessed my uncle, Muhammad Ilyas Kandhalvi, who resides in Nazamuddin, Delhi, with special insight and zeal for the work of Tabligh, the activities of which are no longer confined to India now, but have reached Hijaz as well. Because certainly this was a time when Arabia needed preaching efforts. This movement is well known and needs no introduction. Its good results soon began to be visible in India and abroad generally, but especially in the reign of Mewat. It is well known. The fundamental principles of this movement are basically very sound, good and strong, and are basically fruitful and beneficial. One of the most important principles is that those who are engaged in tabligh, preaching work, should be particular about practicing dhikr, and more so when they are actually busy in tabligh work. After observing the wonderful results of this practice, I myself felt the necessity of writing this booklet. I was also ordered by my respected uncle that the Fadail of Dhikr of Allah should be compiled and made available to people, so that those who so far practice it out of obedience to Allah may themselves feel an urge for doing so for the sake of its Fadail, and thereby realize that dhikr is a great wealth. It is neither possible for a humble person like myself to compile a comprehensive book on the virtues of dhikr, nor is it humanly possible to do full justice to the subject. I have, however, briefly included some hadith relating to this subject. I have divided the book into 3 chapters, of which the Fadail of dhikr in general are described in the first chapter, those of al-kalimat, al-tayyibah in the second, and those of the third kalima, known as tasbihatu Fatima, in the third.